Hi, welcome to. Hold on. Okay. Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is January 5th, 2023, 2:46 p.m. Okay, so in this video, before I start pulling cards, this is going to be the Libra love reading for January 2023. If I said 2022 in the beginning, it's 2023. So yeah, this is going to be for Libra love, and then my next video will be for Aries love for January 2023. And then February I will be doing Cancer, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. For March I will be doing Aquarius, Pisces, and Gemini. And then for April I will be doing Taurus, Leo, and Virgo. So that's the list. So I'm only going to be doing 3 signs per month up until April. I was going to say angel, huh? Up until April. So this is going to be, again, the Libra Love Tarot reading and Oracle for January 2023. So before I get started, I just want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate for you, gives you clarity, great. Also, if you're a cross watcher, depending on if you have Libra or Scorpio, because I did one for Scorpio yesterday. Depending on if you have those signs in your chart, great, welcome. If you're watching to watch, great, welcome. You know, so if it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. So aside from that, I will start off with my prayer of protection. I pray to God and call upon Archangel Michael and any ancestors, angels, and spirits of the highest white light that love me unconditionally to continue to protect me and my family during this time. Please help us see things clearly and to help us remove the fog of illusion that has led us down a false path in the past. Amen. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So. Okay. I'm going to start off with my oracle for Libra love. These are gonna take me some time to shuffle because they're it's a small thin deck, but it gets the job done. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to make it efficient. So if you have seen my Scorpio love reading, I used this deck as well. Then you know that the way this deck works is basically a story. Alright, you just have to interpret the story and read it. Alright, so let me just look at the pictures for a second. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so interesting. Wow. I feel like this is gonna be a good one. So Libra, immediately we have so like I said, you read it like a story, right? You read the top as one, the second as one, and then these are individual poems. All right. And I also will be pulling tarot as well. So we have the nurturer, manifests the future. So Libra, All right, this is for all Libras, or if you have Libra in your chart, I guess, right? So you're seen as somebody who's very nurturing, like just genuinely nurturing. It doesn't even matter if you're feminine or masculine, but you're just somebody who is just very caring. You're just very sweet, kind. You care about others. You care about yourself. You love helping people. You love putting good things out, nice things out. All right. I feel like because two things, because you're in this energy, but also it's just the way you are, you're able to basically have any future that you want. Right? You're like creating the future that you want. All right, so let me read this. Make it obvious that you know how to meet your partner's needs for loving acceptance and security. Develop trust. Observe how your habitual thoughts affect your life, for good or ill. Be positive and learn how to expect the unexpected to occur. Be alert for new opportunities to come to you in unusual ways. I feel like you, Libra, as much as you are this natural nurture, I feel like sometimes you have issues with showing emotion or showing physical affection, kind of like lovey dovey. Because I know most Libras, they don't like to be lovey dovey. You know, it just like it's icky to them, right? So you could be having that issue. I'm going to call it an issue because not everybody cares for physical affection, but then there are others that that's the way they feel loved and appreciated and noticed, by that physical affection. So you could be having difficulties having to express your feelings to a particular person in your life, whether it be a partner or maybe this was in the past, or this is something that you're working towards. Trying to improve your the way you communicate to your partner when it comes to showing them how they need to be loved, or showing them that you do care, that you do love them. You know what I mean? um this is, yeah, this could be like a bad habit of yours, like something that you just gotta, I feel like you're working towards this though. You're trying to be more affectionate, more emotional, more open. All right, like it's naturally in you, but now you have to, it's kind of like the five love languages. All right, so whoever your person is, or this could even be yourself, you're trying to learn how to love yourself, right? How to nurture yourself. But if you're dealing with the person, because this is for love and relationships, um you're gonna have to break out of that habit of, this is just how I am. All right. You can't expect somebody to love you a certain way and then you're not willing to reciprocate with their love language, how they also need to be loved and cared for, right? um so try to be open to that. Try to be, not only that, but try to navigate that with a positive attitude. Don't see it as a chore, as a, like, just like, oh my god, now I gotta hold their hand, or like, yes, I'm gonna give you a hug. Like, don't be like that, because if you come across like that, nobody's gonna, like, that doesn't feel like love, right? Like, if you want me to hug you, I'll hug you. Like, don't hug me now, because now it feels like you're being forced to. It's like a chore. I just saw 838. So be positive with this. All right, because it's also showing them that this is something that you actually want to do. You're actually open to learning their love language. And it also too, when you learn someone else's love language, you learn your own love language as well, right? Like, you might learn, oh, giving this person hugs makes me feel good, so your love language could be physical touch as well. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, but basically that also just ties into these two cards together with the manifest in the future. Expect the unexpected to occur. Be alert for new opportunities to come to you in unusual ways. I feel like because Libras, they tend to, people look at Libras and they don't see like romantic, they don't see lovey dovey, they don't really see. I mean, that's not for all Libras, but for the most part, people, because Libras tend to have like this air of them. I mean, there's an air sign, but they tend to have this air of them, like, romance is corny, or like it's gross or icky, or whatever the case may be, right? um but in allowing yourself to be a little bit more emotional, a little bit more affectionate, a little bit more romantic, whether you're masculine or feminine watching this, Libra, you're gonna notice that it's, you know, when you, it's kind of like opening this door, and you're gonna realize it feels good. It's fun. It feels good, and it's also gonna bring in some, new opportunities with you. Okay, maybe things didn't work out with your last partner because there was like a lack of romance or affection or touch and whatever the case may be. But at the same time, how can you lack in that area when you're also not willing to be available in that way? Like, you can't want romance, but you also think that romance is kind of corny or it's gross. It's like you shy away from it, right? So you're gonna have to, be willing to break out of that habit and allow yourself to really open up. And you're gonna realize that, wow, like I should have been romantic a long time ago, or wow, hugs and kisses actually do feel good. But that's, this depends on how you see it, really. So I'm gonna read the bottoms now. Okay. To make your home a sweet love nest, act like a parent who knows best. Your loved one's needs should be your own. Bless them with your hearth and home. You'll know a love that's oh so rare and unconditional love to share. Try not to be in that mindset where, like, I don't know, like, try not to be in that mindset where it's like 50-50. Like, all right, you give me hugs and then I give you this, all right? It's just one of the things about Libras that you have to learn is unconditional love. Try not to look at love or romance or whatever as like some sort of transaction, all right? I feel like a lot of Libras, they look at love as something like, I'll love you if you are polished and shiny, all right? And then at the end of the day, you guys are just like, well, I would kind of like to be romanced. I would kind of like to, this and that. Try to break out of that habit. If you can, try to work on loving someone. Like, I don't mean look past their flaws entirely, especially if those flaws are red flags, I'm not saying that, but try not to be so superficial when it comes to love, because at the end of the day, I know sometimes a lot of Libras, they tend to, when it comes to love, their idea of love is how you look, right? Come to find out, your looks are not enough to keep you satisfied at night, or to feel you, warm and cozy, and to make you feel good and to make you feel happy, right? That's one of the main reasons why Libras tend to coin the nickname as fickle and love. You gotta experience unconditional love, all right? Now, if you want to experience that, you also have to be able to receive it and be willing to give it, all right? Try to be relaxing too. Don't try to be so uptight about everything. Oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. We gotta go here, we gotta go there. All right? Just relax. You'll manifest your heart's desire, the love to which you most aspire. Make sure what's wished for is best for you, for it will soon be coming true. Real magic's when you concentrate on what you love, not what you hate. Yeah, don't be superficial. Try to be like, I know for a lot of Libras, when they see somebody, as a potential partner, immediately they go to the looks. Okay, they look like this. Okay, now what are the flaws? Stop doing that. Stop immediately trying to look for the flaws, all right? If they don't have red flags, stop trying to find red flags, because you're almost always going to find red flags. It's like when you're staring at yourself in the mirror for way too long and you're like, wow, I'm super attractive, blah, blah, blah. And then you keep staring, and then all of a sudden you don't like your forehead, or your cheekbones are, not high enough, or whatever the case may be, right? Stop looking for flaws, all right? Unconditional love does not equal, always trying to find the flaws in someone or something, right? If you're doing that, you have to figure out what it is about yourself. It's kind of like you take love as a joke, right? You see couples and the mushiness, you see it as mushiness, and it's like cringy to you, all right? Why is that? Why is romance cringy? Why is love cringy? Why is unconditional love cringy? All right. You have to ask yourself these things because at the end of the day, that's what you want. You really want that. You want to be wined and dined and rubbed down and romanced and, loved on and kissed on. But at the same time, you're making fun of it. So for the last one is the angels give a gift to you, the future, but they can't undo the faith that you alone make true when expectations cloud your view. What if I just said that? For even the most precious, for even the most perfect plans need the touch of divine hands. If you, like I said, you can't experience unconditional love if you yourself are not willing to give it and receive it, all right? Now, that's not saying that you wanting true love, a relationship, a marriage, a family, like that's not out of the question. That's not unreachable, all right? But what do you have to look at love at a different angle because obviously the way that you've been looking at love is not working for you, right? You've been to relationship after relationship or, divorce after divorce or marriage after marriage. And obviously the way you're doing it is not working for you, right? So you got to change something. You got to do something. You got to change your perspective when it comes to love. You got to be more nurturing, more patient, more kind, more romantic, more affectionate. All right? I feel like the reason why a lot of Libras think it's cringy is because either they're not used to that or they see it as clingy, and that's not you being affectionate doesn't mean that you're tied down. All right? As you Libras, you would know. You guys are one of the signs that don't like to be tied down. So you would know. It's funny because Libras, they don't like to be tied down, but they also tend to be in relationships for a long time. But I guess that's any sign, honestly, really. It just depends on the Libra. It depends on the person, really, but I would say to just, try to be more open with love. Try to also give some of this love to yourself. All right. I feel like you guys are embarrassed. Like it makes you feel embarrassed for some reason. Like why ask yourself why does seeing happy couples make you embarrassed? Why does, thinking about, romance make you feel embarrassed? Why does it, thinking of like holding hands and cuddling and touching, like why does that make you feel embarrassed? You have to ask yourself these things, right? It's not like I'm not seeing anything about you being a bad person. I haven't pulled tarot yet, but it's not like you obviously have the potential to be in a loving, healthy relationship. It's just you have to change the way you see love. Also, you have some weird expectations when it comes to relationships. Stop that. It's like the way your expectations are for relationships, it's not really healthy. It's not bad, but it's also not healthy because it's not obviously it's not getting you what you want the way you're seeing relationships and love. And you know what too, I remember one time, um somebody had told me, it was on a when my fiance had and on our first date we ran into a couple of friends of mine, and he said, what did he say? He made a comment about how we should enjoy the honeymoon phase, right? Because it's going to go away. And I'm like, why would it go away? He's like, oh, because you guys get used to each other and then you guys will, whatever, right? It was like just a BS thing. I'm like, well, you got to keep the spark going. He's like, yeah, but after some time you just get tired. I'm like, that's the problem. If you want the spark, you're going to have to work for it, right? You want this love, you're going to have to work for it. It's funny because I said that in the last video too. You want it, you have to work for it. But it's still true. Like, Libras, you guys talk about, oh, I want to be romance, I want this, I just want to find a good person, I want to be able to do this, and all right, that's perfectly fine. You can do that. That's not it's not like it's unavailable to you. You can do it. You just gotta open up. You gotta open up. You gotta love and let yourself be loved, right? If your partner wants you to be a little corny and have like a cute wine and dine dinner, then do it. What's the harm in that, right? If your partner wants you to join him on a football game, just so he can, spend some time with his girl out in public, do it. What's the harm in that, right? If your person just wants you to, pose for a funny picture, do it. What's the harm in that, right? You don't have to always be so serious and, all the time. People want to be with people that makes them feel warm. All right? Make your home a sweet love nest. Nobody wants to go home and then they feel like they have to do even more work. Like they just can't relax. They can't be themselves. They can't, like they can't fool around. They can't joke around. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. You want a family. You want stability. You want to be cozy. You want that reassurance, that security. I see that. You want that. All right, you want to be cozy, but you don't want to be alone. There's 2 cats, 3 cats. There's 3 cats here. There's a parent. There's 2 parents, 2 grandparents, and then like a mother up here. You got 10 of Pentacles, financially stable. You're cozy. You're comfy. You want this, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like you're unable to get it. You can. Just try to, look at love a little differently. This also talks about generational wealth, right? You want someone that you can build with, like build an empire with. You can do that. It's just that maybe the partners that you've been choosing because you're like, oh, I want my partner to look like this and have this kind of job and be like this. And every time you date somebody like that, it doesn't work out. It's probably not who you're supposed to be with. You're supposed to be with someone probably the opposite of you, or someone in a different field, or your expectations are too high. And there's nothing wrong with having expectations, but sometimes having those expectations are going to make us miss those happy moments. Like, oh well, we shouldn't be doing this, or I shouldn't be doing that. Why not? Who said that? Why not? Oh, I shouldn't be dating this kind of person. Oh, I can't date a person like that. Why not? If there's nothing wrong with them, why not? Why not? What's so bad about dating the unexpected? You want to date people where you can like, predict their feelings, predict their actions, predict their emotions. You want to date someone that's like you, but yet you're not happy. It's not working out for you. You got to date someone that's a little bit more spontaneous, or a little bit more this, or maybe if you're the spontaneous one, maybe you should date someone that's a little bit more structured, because 2 spontaneous people is not always a good thing, right? So maybe you're the one that's structured. Maybe try to date someone a little bit more spontaneous, or a little bit more outgoing, or whatever the case may be. Stop trying to, be with someone that's, it's like the way you see them, you're keeping them in this box. And then when they're not in this box, you're just like, well, that's not what I expected. I'm not happy now. Love cannot be boxed. Okie dokie, the Empress. So you could be this Empress, or you could be wanting to be with an Empress. Somebody who is a mother. Somebody who's very smart, attractive, ambitious, financially stable. She's very... I feel like if you're a masculine and you're watching this, the person that like you're meant to be with can be a little messy. But I feel like if you're a feminine watching this, you could be you're the messy one, So it's kind of like what I said. If you're the spontaneous one, it's good to have someone that's a little bit more structured because it'll balance out. Vice versa. So somebody you could be structured and somebody else is messy, or that's going to be your person, a little bit messy. But that's funny. You want somebody that is very like nurturing. These are the same two cats. This could be somebody that you could see yourself having kids with, or you want to have kids someday. I also feel like Libra, you want to be with someone that you can admire and look up to at the same time. Like maybe you have somebody in mind, and there's this person that you respect, that you see, and maybe this person has kids, but also in general, you just want to be with someone that you can like learn from, someone you can look up to, someone you can respect, but also at the same time, you can be romantic with, or somebody that's romantic with you. There's really something about I feel like there's a very important reason as to why the nurturer card came out, especially for Libra. I feel like obviously this is not for all Libras, but in this situation, for those Libras that are watching, you really want somebody that's going to like make you feel love. Like you want to feel it, right? You want to really feel it. You want to know what's so special about it. So maybe you already have someone in mind that makes you, you know, see love differently already, or you're waiting for this person to come into your life. My left ear is burning. Four of Wands in reverse. So if there is somebody in mind, Libra, that you have in mind that you want to be all loved up on and that you want to be in a relationship with, I can see why you're not making your move right now, because there's a lot of things in your life that's not really stable at the moment. All right, you could be switching jobs. You could be moving. There's some instability in your life right now, whether you're trying to leave a past relationship, like I said, moving houses, moving jobs. You could be having some difficulties or losses. I'm gonna have to clarify that in a second, but let me get these other cards out. I'm gonna get two more, and then I'm gonna clarify cards. You have the Magician in reverse. Let me get one more. My goodness, and the Ten of Wands. Alrighty. Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Alright, so you definitely want to reach out to somebody and give somebody a message, alright? But the way you are in your life right now, you could be Libra. These two cards are separate. There's a person in your life already that you want to have a family with, you want to have a life with, whether this be a woman or a masculine, whether you be a woman or masculine, right? There's definitely somebody already that you want to have a relationship with. Okay, now for some of you, there's two versions to this. All right, for some of you, you can't do anything because the way your life is, it's just like pretty much a mess. All right, it's like nothing is working out for you at the moment, and you just got burdens after burdens. You just have a lot on your plate right now, so you don't feel like you can come towards the person that you really want to be with, right? Now, the second version for Libras is that this was in the past for you. There was somebody that you were in a relationship with, okay, that you were financially successful with, all right? with this Empress. But the thing is, I don't really see love here. All right, I don't really see, if for, like I said, version 2, this is in the past for Libras. The person that you were with, yes, you guys, had money, you guys were stable and all that stuff like that, and this was somebody that was, good, but there was no love. This was it was a relationship, but there was no love in this relationship. All right, it was like nothing. It's like nothing was going on in this relationship. Financially, you guys were set, but for some reason, there was like nobody was happy, nobody was like fulfilled, right? Like no matter what you did, it just wasn't working out, right? If anything, it just made things worse. Like it's like there was just no love involved. It's kind of like you're trying your best, you're trying to do it, you're trying to make this relationship work, but for some reason, if it just made things worse, it's just making you, have more stress and more strain and more shit on your plate. And that's not even because of financial stress. Like I said, you guys were not financially stressed. It's just there's no passion, there's no love, right? Maybe somebody had a little trouble, telling the truth here and there, but I don't really feel like it's that. I feel like there was no passion and there was no love. But like I said, that was a version 2. Back to version 1, there is somebody that you want to be with, but because your life is a huge mess right now, you just can't bring yourself to, tell them how you feel. So, poor Libra. I'm going to clarify these cards and then I'm going to end the video. I can't. There's something about this nurture card. I might have to clarify that. I probably already said it, but you just want to feel love. You want to feel love. And then when you feel that love, you want it to inspire you to also give that love too. Like, there's a lot of potential in you, Libra. But because of the way you've been operating for so long, your environment, your atmosphere, your influences, it's just like you can't take love serious, right? You don't have like Page of Swords. Wow, yeah, Page of Swords. It's just difficult for you. It's like always a challenge when it comes to love. Financially, oh, I got you. I got you. You want this? I got you. Financially, you guys are fine. But you guys have trouble with the emotional and the passionate aspect of it. But damn if you don't want to feel that. You really, really do want to feel that. So you guys have to figure out why. I'm not going to answer those questions for you because if you've been watching my other general collective readings, I'm done psychoanalyzing people. Alright, let's get I'm going to do the Four of Wands first. Four of Wands in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse. They actually landed on top of the Magician in reverse. I feel like no matter what you've tried to do to make this work, it's like the reason why you were so alright, so here's the thing. Four of Cups reversed. I'm gonna make this work, I'm gonna make this work, I'm gonna make this work. I can't let this end. I can't let this end. But no matter what you did, it just wasn't working. Version 1. Version 2, I might have to mix up the versions, but version 2, it was you. At this point, you're just like, oh, right, sorry. I kind of forgot the version. The second version is, you want to be with somebody, but your life is a mess, right? Or was that the first version? Anyways. The other story is that despite your life being a mess, you're not gonna, and despite how hard your life is right now, you're not gonna let this person go. Like, you're not gonna let this moment pass you by, right? It's kind of like my life was a mess, but it's now or never. It's like that. Oh boy. So one version it was no matter what you tried, you didn't want to, you wanted to, make it work and it just wasn't working. The other version, I'm not going to let this person get away. All right, so I'm going to do the Four of Wands in reverse. Nine of Swords. So one version, you're pretty bummed out that your life is a mess. All right. You're pretty bummed out that your life is a mess because you really want to connect with this person that you already have in mind. This other story is that you're bummed out that it's not working out. And no matter what you did, it just wasn't working out. And as much as you wanted it to, it wasn't working out. You guys were making each other depressed. You guys were just, always all up in your heads, maybe arguing a lot, giving each other the cold shoulder, maybe sleeping in different rooms. It just wasn't working out, right? You guys were not happy. It was not a happy home, right? So the second version is that you're just bummed out because it's like, I can't come to this person when my life being a mess, but it's now or never. Clarify the Ten of Wands. So I hope you're able to follow the stories, like the storylines. Because I feel like there's two different types of Libras watching. One that had just left a relationship, and then another one whose life is so messed up that they can't go towards a person that they want to be with. Judgment and reverse. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the stress and the burdens in your life come from yourself. Like, you just put too much pressure on yourself. This is what I mean. Like, you guys always have to, like, well, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I have to do this, I have to do that. You gotta stop that. Why don't you just relax? Because nobody wants to go home to do more work. Like, for example, if I'm working all day, right? And I go home, when I go home, I'm excited to go home because my partner's there and we get to relax together, we get to cuddle, we get to joke around, we get to hang out. It's like a breath of fresh air. I can breathe, I can relax, I can unpack, I can be myself, right? I feel like you have trouble, like, letting go. You put too much pressure on yourself. I feel like, so the first, one of the versions is that you're judging yourself way too much. Your life, it could not, honestly, your life might not even be that big of a mess. It's just like you're judging yourself way too hard. But then the second version is you had such high expectations for this relationship that when it turned out that the both of you were not happy, no matter what you did, it just made you, like, depressed. Like, wow, I did everything by the book and we still ended up breaking up. We were still not happy, right? I feel like Libras tend to self-sabotage a lot. They do, and it's because you guys are stuck in your head. You guys are try to be a little bit more connected with your emotions. All right. I'm gonna do the nurture. I need to see something. Clarify the nurture. We got 2 cards. 3 cards. You have the 5 of Swords, King of Wands, and Queen of Pentacles. 5 of Swords reverse. Hell, I gotta move this over. So, Libra. For version, this is going to be a little complicated. I'm going to see for the version story, the version of you wanting to make things work. Okay? But for some reason, it just wasn't working out. There could have been some jealousy when it came to money. Either you or your person got jealous about money. One person was more focused on money, and then another person was just more focused on passion. All right, that's where you guys were bumping heads. You guys are not connecting. So you guys are just like being resentful of each other, like, oh, all they care about is money, and they just want to work all the time, and oh, he just or she just, they just always want to be all touchy on me, and I'm just trying to work, I'm just trying to get this done, or they never have time for me, and I just want to hang out with them, I just want to cuddle them, or whatever the case may be, right? So you guys had different views in the relationship. That's why it's not working out, or that's why it didn't work out. Now, for the second version, the one where the Libra is judging themselves too harshly, they feel like their life is a mess. You could be feeling that way. You have a lot of passion within you to give someone, because you could have passion within you. But the reason why you feel like your life is a mess because you're not at the same level financially as this empress that you want to be with, right? This person that you want to be with. You're judging yourself. You're comparing how much money you have with how much money she has or he has, right? And that's making you feel a little bitter. You could be even, believe it or not, you could even be jealous of the person that you want to be with, just because they're in a position where they're making you reflect on the position where you are in your life. All right, there's a lot of different views here. There's two stories. I'm picking up two stories. There's the version where the Libra, you guys were just not seeing eye to eye, and you guys, broke up. And then there's the version where the Libra is not feeling that. That's probably why you're judging yourself too harshly. But yeah, because you're not financially at the same level, or you feel like you're not financially at the same level as this Empress, Queen of Pentacles that you want to be with. It's keeping you all up in your head. All right, I think I'm done clarifying because I'm already about 41 minutes in. I mean, I could do these two, but I really don't feel like it, so I'm sorry about that. But I hope this gives you some insight, all right, some clarity, some guidance. I guess basically the key element here is try not to be so all up in your head. Try to, not have these expectations that are unpredictable, because realistically, Libras, you have these expectations of people that sometimes you yourself can't even meet. That's just being honest, okay? So it's really not fair of you to have these expectations of people when you yourself can't even, like, you want someone to have this financially, but you're not even there financially. You want someone to treat you romantically, but you don't even know how to be romantic either. You want someone to just, make you feel like, that you're the only person in the world. But the thought of doing that to somebody else makes you cringe and embarrassed. Like, you come on, all right? So I hope this helps you. I hope, you get something out of it. If you need a personal reading, just send me an email. But aside from that, thanks for watching. Bye.